All right. Good morning, 3HY. So as all of you know that today, I will be following the primary sixes out for a learning journey. But I would love to continue our exciting day for mathematics. That's why we have our lessons now recorded here. So welcome to another exciting day of learning for mathematics. Today is the 25th of April, Thursday. Now, please take this time to adjust the volume of your earpiece or headphones to a comfortable level where you can hear without disturbing the others, without causing you to have a painful ear after that. So I'll give you some time to adjust for you to be ready for the lessons in the next few couple of minutes. Along the way, you will see this screen that requires you to pause. Now the reason why I park in this pause is because I will not be going through all the answers to the problems, but instead pause the video would mean that you press the button to pause the video so that you can actually do the work before continuing playing with the video. Alright, so you will see this pause each time I need you to do some work. Alright, so without delay, I'm now going to have the math monitors to distribute the worksheets to our friends in class. This worksheet is something that we have tore out before, looking like this. Practice number 10 is on the teacher's desk. So we'll have you ready with this worksheet after the math monitors have given out to everybody. So if you have not received this worksheet yet, you may want to pause this video now first until your worksheet is here. Now at the time of the recording, I have no idea where we will stop, how fast or how slow we are. So when I do this recording, I'm going to continue this paper, this worksheet, from the last page so that I will not overlap with whatever things we have already discussed in class. So we will turn to the last page, which in this case, the last page of this set is on page 90. So we'll work backwards from 90 to page 89 and so on and so forth. Okay? So let's start with page 90 when you're ready. Anytime when you feel that you need a little pause, just pause by yourself, even if I do not say so. And anytime you're ready, continue the video. Remember, by the end of this lesson, the worksheet has to be submitted based on how much we have finished. So let's start with page 90. Now on page 90, question 11, this is about a person, a baby, called baby Sarah. Let's hear what baby Sarah did in the story. Now baby Sarah drank 3 times as much water on Monday than on Tuesday. So over here we know that this 3 times refers to Monday compared to Tuesday. So let's put a small little note here to say that, to tell us and remind us that this Monday is 3 units, 3 times, 3 boxes, and Tuesday is only 1 unit. And over the 2 days, let's continue the reading. She drank a total of 840 milliliters of water in these 2 days. So this is the total that we were told, and the total is 840 ml. Now the question is asking how much more water. So over here, let's put a little note to remind ourselves that we are interested to find the difference. Anything to do with more than, less than, we are interested in the difference. Okay? So let's begin with what we already know about model drawing. We know these 4 things has to be completed. Model, equation, workings, and of course your word sentence, as for statement or sentence, word sentence. All right, so we're going to start off by thinking about what is the model that we need here. Is it a part whole? Is it a comparison? Is it a unitary method? Or is it a division? Now, since we are comparing more than and 2 different days, a comparison model works very well here. So let's put in Monday and Tuesdays. Monday, M for Monday, T for Tuesday. We're going to begin from the same starting point, starting with Mondays. Now we know that Mondays is 3 units worth, 3 equal units. So this is what we're going to draw to show that the Monday represents 3 units. Okay, whereas for Tuesday, we are looking at just 1 unit. So here we can tell that Monday is 3 times as big as Tuesday. All right. Now then, some information that we got to fill in. We know that the total was 840 milliliters. So depending on whether you like the braces, you like to use double arrows, both works for me. Alright, so I'm just going to choose one over here, in this case, the braces, but you can do the double arrow head if you want to. And the total is 840 milliliters. So the question is asking what is the difference on Monday than on Tuesday. So we are interested in the difference, meaning to say we are interested in the difference of 3 and 1 unit. So let's put a question mark over here. All right. Now, with this model in mind, we now know that we are trying to find eventually final destination, or our final goal is to find out how much these 2 units stand for. But first of all, based on this picture alone, this model is completed, right? Are we able to see from this model how many units represents 840 ml? We know that each box is 1 unit, and a total of 4 units have been drawn to show the total of 840, right? So what we're going to do here is whatever we know from the model, let's state it in equations. So I'm going to use the unitary method here because after all we drew a unitary model, so we're going to solve it using the unitary method. We know that this 4 boxes stands for 840 milliliters. Now, let's first of all, before we finish this question, remember our goal is to find out how much these 2 boxes are over here. So in order to find out how much these 2 boxes are, we first need to know at least how much 1 box is. Right? So to do that, we're going to take 840 and divide them equally into 4 equal parts. We want to see how much does each box actually represent. Now this is where your division skill comes in. Alright, so we'll see if you remember how to do your long division over here. Now of course, we do not end here. Right, remember we are interested to see how much this 2 units difference is over here. So to do that, we take what we know from 1 unit, we multiply it by 2 so that we know how much these 2 units actually represent. And we will have our final answer in the box as well. So this will give us the answer for this question. So you notice these are all blanks. Obviously, you are not going to give me the blanks like this. So what's going to happen now is you can pause the video and use this time now to fill up the blanks to what we have discussed earlier. So pause this video now and fill up the spaces by doing the long division workings. Now let's carry on with the next page. Now that you are done with page 90, check that you have written the correct units in your final statement. We are now going to go into page 89. Now on page 89, we have this person called Ronald. Ronald had 900 meters or centimeters of string. This is the whole entire string. And this is an important information. He used it to cut into 5 equal pieces. So these 5 equal pieces came from 900 centimeters. Now, they said he used 3 of the pieces to make bracelets. So 3 pieces are gone. And we are interested to see how much these 3 pieces are. Because the question asks for how much string was used to make this how much string was used to make this bracelet using the 3 pieces. And of course, we do not want to leave our answers as it is. Based on what they asked for, we need our answers in meters and centimeters. Meaning to say, we need our answers in this way. Now, let's do a quick revision. If you remember, let me just give a fictitious number here. You don't have to write this down. Do you remember what 123 centimeters are? It is broken up into 100 centimeters and 23 centimeters. If you recall, 100 centimeters is the same as 1 meter. And this will be 23 centimeters. Alright, because centi stands for 100. So our answers has to fit this condition. Alright, so this is just an example, a recap. So we're going to erase this and we're going to get this started. Now we had 900 and it's being broken into 5 equal pieces. So again, think in your head, what kind of model is going to work here? Where you show a total and you break it up into 5 equal parts. So in this case, if you are thinking what I'm thinking, this is what is going to happen. I have a long piece of string that is 900 centimeters and I want to break it into 5 equal pieces. Alright, so most of you will have already an image in your head where you will break this into 5 equal parts. Alright, let me try to redo it so that it's more equal to. Alright, let me draw out one more. So these are 5 equal parts, and based on what we know, this is 900 centimeters. Now, three of the pieces, according to them, three of the pieces were used to make the bracelet. So these three pieces was used to make a bracelet. So we are going to talk about these three pieces. They were used to make a bracelet, right? And we were asked to find out how long exactly is this 3 units. And we want our answers in meters and centimeters. So let's put this in the model to remind ourselves that we have to do this. Okay, looks like our model is done. So what we're going to do is unitary again, because this is after all a unitary model. So what we're going to do is to see exactly how many units makes up this 900. Alright, do you think you can do a quick count? This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there we have got 5 units here that stands for 900. Now, if you are good in unitary method, do you know what is the next step you're going to do? So I'll leave this as a box for you to fill in. And of course, our end goal is to find out how much these 3 units are. Right? Because that is what we're interested in. Now, bear in mind, whatever things we have found here probably is only gonna be in centimeters. So make sure we convert whatever we have found here into an answer that shows meters and centimeters. So we'll do the same here. So we'll now take a little pause for you to continue on your own. And it does look like we do need a long division over here as well. So take this time to pause the video as you work out the answers to the blanks. Now moving on, we are now going into page 88. This is page 88, and we are at our third question for today. Let's try to aim for 5 questions today, alright? Now this is Mr. Ho. Mr. Ho had some grapes. 350 grams of grapes were thrown away, and he packed the remaining grapes into 8 boxes. Now each box, we were told that there are 520 grams. So how much grapes did he have at first? Now let's try to understand the story one more time. He had some grapes. It seems like we don't know how many grams that is. Alright, but we do know that out of this total, he started throwing away 350. How sad it is, right? Probably because they are spoiled or what. Alright, we don't know. But we do know that 350 grams are being thrown away. Now what happened to the remaining grapes? Now there is some remaining grapes which I'm going to draw a longer box. These are all the remaining grapes. Now these remaining grapes were packed equally into 8 boxes. Now when you see this word equally, alright, that means you are expecting to draw units that are equal, right? So into 8 boxes. So we are going to show this in boxes. This is 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to stop at 8, so I'm going to erase this and stop at 8 boxes. Alright, let me just double check that's 8 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, great. 8 boxes. Now, we were told that each box has this amount of mass, 520 grams. Now I know the proportion doesn't look right. It seems smaller than 350. Alright, feel free to adjust because you're using a pencil. But because I'm using this video, I'm not going to spend the time. Otherwise, this video gets even longer. Now the question, of course, if you want to, you can carry on writing that for all the 8 boxes. That's what we were told, at least 520 grams per box. Now, of course, this is not what the question is asking for, right? They said, how much grapes did Mr. Ho have at first? Now, meaning to say, we'll want to see what is the total mass of these 8 boxes plus what is being thrown away. Will give us what Mr. Ho had at first, isn't it? So this is how the model is going to look like. It is a little part whole model, and is also a unitary model. Okay? So over here, let's say we are tired of unitary method. Alright, it is okay. We can always go back to our usual equations method. Let's start off with first thing, 520. We know that is for each box. And altogether, we know there are 8 boxes. Now, do you think we can find out the answers to this on your own using multiplication, long multiplication? But we know that that's not the end, right? Because that's only for the 8 boxes. What about those that he threw away? 350 grams. So what we're going to do is we want to find out what Mr. Ho had at the beginning. We are going to add back what he threw away. This should give us the answer in grams. But hey, they want our answers in kilograms and grams. Which means to say that we are going to have a last step that converts this answer into kg and grams. Just a quick revision, if you can remember, I'm going to give a fake number. 1234 grams is the same as 1 kg. 234 grams. Okay? So this is how you're going to do it for the conversions as well. So leave your answers in kg, grams. So similarly, I'm also going to ask you to pause the video for you to try this question on your own. Now, the next question, we are going into our 4th question for today. Now, page 87, we are now on page 87. Page 87 is about ropes. Let's start. Rope P is 60 meters long. So this is P. P is 60. Now the second sentence says it is 5 times as long as rope S. Now what do we know about this word it? Which rope are we actually referring to? This is so confusing for us. But we know that this it refers to the previous item that was being described, which in this case is rope P. So P is actually 5 times as long as S. So there we have it. We have got a comparison between P and S. That's 1. And we now know that P is 5 times longer than S. So P has to be 1 or 5 units. 5, right? So we're going to draw one that shows 5 equal parts. Again, let me try to make it as equal as possible. And whereas for S, this is only 1 unit. All right, P is 5 units. So S is going to be just 1 unit. Okay, now we know that P is 60 meters. So let's put in these numbers here, 60. Now, the story doesn't end at P and S. Let's continue the third sentence. Rope T. We have now got a third rope, which is rope T has a length of 21. So I'm going to continue down to the third model, a comparison model again. And it says that T has a length of 21. Now, as to how long is 21, I do not know. But 21 is most likely going to be about less than half of 60. So I'm going to stop my model drawing over here and say that this is about 21 meters. What is the total length of S and T? So that means to say, I would like to know the sum of these two. Now for me to know the sum of S and T, of course I do need to know what is S first, right? And if I know what is S, I can just find the sum of S and T. Now I'm going to ask that you pause the video now because you're going to try on your own. Now you see that I'm getting you with less and less help. Now I'm not even writing any equations. I would like you to fit in the equations by yourself and try them. Okay? So as much as possible, if you do not like the unitary method, you are fine to go with the normal equation method. So pause the video now. Using this model, work on the answers. Now, let's continue. We are now on to the last question of today's lesson. And we are going to turn, all right, after you have completed page 87, we are going to go into 86. So take your attention to page 86. All right. Now on page 86, we have got two girls here. May drank 400 milliliters of barley. Susan drank twice. Now, this is the story about this person drinking 400 and Susan is drinking twice. What do you understand by twice? That means this is 2 units. Or rather, let's put the 2 units beside Susan. So we know Susan is 2 units, whereas May is only 1 unit. All right, twice means 2 times as much as. So how much barley water did May and Susan drink all together? Now again, give our answers in liters and milliliters. It's very likely our answers is going to be like this, but we need to change it into liters and milliliters. So give you an example again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my favorite number today. It's the same as 1 liter, 234 milliliters. All right. So we're going to convert this at our final step, but let's do that later. But let's put this as a reminder so that we will remember to do this later on. So over here we have got 2 people. So we are not going to be doubtful what model to use. Over here we are very clear that we are comparing with 2 people, May and Susan. Okay, now we have already established and know that Susan is 2 units worth and May is only 1 unit worth. So May is gonna be 1 unit. Let's start off with May first. And then we're gonna have Susan with the same equal size or same equal box size, but 2 times of it. Okay, now let's put in the numbers. May's 400 Susan seems to drink twice as much, but we do not know how much is Susan. I know some of you are very good at mental sum, but for this stage, we take it as we do not know because it's not given in the story. And we are supposed to find how much did they drink altogether. So we're going to put a question mark to this. All right, now this becomes a lot easier. All right, you notice it gets easier and easier because we started off with the hardest question of the day. So this is again something that I would like you to try on your own to find out what is Susan's amount of barley water. Then find out for me what is the total. But of course, some of you may have a shorter way. All right, and you could easily do it in one step. All right, if you know what I mean, this can also be done in one step. For those who do not, all right, it is okay to do that in 2 steps. All right, so I'm going to get you to pause. In fact, this is the end of the video. You may actually end and exit this video now and make sure that page 86 all the way to 90 is completed properly. All right, and make sure you check your answers before you submit. The math monitors is going to help me to collect all the papers by the end of the lesson and place them on the teacher's desk so that I'm able to take them to mark. All right, so I will see you again on Monday. All right, have fun with your student-led conference on Friday. See you. Bye-bye.